Alrighty, y'all. So what's going to happen is I'm going to give this, I'm going to call on this prior authorization. I did get permission from all of the parents to do this, but I'm going to make sure to kind of mute whenever I'm mentioning any patient protected information. Y'all will see just how dumb this is. Okay, so we'll have a clock down in the corner to kind of count things down. So let's give this a shot. And of course, I'm trying to do this in between all of my other patients and everything else. And so I'm going to call this number. This is for Express Scripts. And so let's see, 800-753-2851. And the way this works is they will send you a form that says, oh, we're not going to cover your stuff, or we're not going to pay on the person's behalf. And so they send you a form, and theoretically it has all of the information that you're supposed to have. So just, I'm going to put this on speakerphone so that you can hear just how things go, because people don't realize how much nonsense is put into what we do. And so I don't ever remember my MPI number, so I actually have it written down. So let's see what happens. So I'm going to put it on speaker.
Welcome to Express Scripts. Electronic Prior Authorization, or EPA, is the fast, easy, and secure way to send your PA requests. Please visit esrx.com/PA to request your next PA electronically. If you are unable to use EPA, please stay on the line to submit a verbal PA request. Si usted desea hablar en español, presione el 2. To continue providing the highest quality service, your call may be monitored or recorded. Please listen carefully as these options have recently changed. If you are calling about the status of a prior authorization case and have the case number or member number, please press 1.
We'll press 1.
Okay, please say or enter the case number now. Just a moment. That was correct. Please say yes or press 1. If not, say no or press 2. Great, thanks. The request for coverage is not authorized. A letter has been mailed to the patient and prescriber explaining the reason why coverage is not authorized. The letter also contains instructions on how to appeal this decision. Would you like to hear this status again?
No.
Sure. The request for coverage is not authorized. A letter has been mailed to the patient and prescriber explaining the reason why coverage is not authorized. The letter also contains instructions on how to appeal this decision. Would you like to hear this status again?
No.
Sorry, I didn't get that. If you would like to hear this status again, please say yes or press 1. If not, say no or press 2. Would you like to speak to a coverage review representative? Please say yes or no. Let me get someone to help you. Please hold while I transfer your call to our next available representative who can assist you. If you have time to complete a 4-question survey regarding today's interaction, please stay on the line after speaking with a representative and you will be automatically connected.
So yeah, so as you can see, this is how this goes. And then we sit on hold. There's a really good chance that at some point the phone call will actually be turned off, because that happens all the time. You'll get halfway through this phone tree and all this nonsense, and then they'll go, oh, sorry, your phone is dropped, the call is dropped, and then you have to start all over again. And as you can tell, it's just minutes passing by that I could be doing a number of other things. So what I'm looking at on this form it says appeal instructions. Briefly describe why you disagree with this decision. You may attach additional information that you and your physician believe relevant to your claim. So why I disagree with this decision is because I want this particular person to be on this particular medicine. Why do we need to do anything more than that? Right? So, yep, and so we wait, and 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 we wait some more. So normally, y'all aren't seeing this, but I'm looking at an 18-page fax that we get anytime that there is a denial. So yeah. And so just to give you additional background, so they reviewed, we are unable to approve this request for the following reason. Coverage is provided in situations where the patient has tried generic amphetamine, dextroamphetamine, extended release, and then they list a whole bunch of other stuff. They based this decision on the prior authorization criteria of whatever 14103 ST ADHD stimulants, no COT brand name. I don't know what that is. I think that's an internal document. Yeah, and so I want this particular person to start this particular medicine because I think it works very well. This particular person has a very low frustration tolerance, and so us trying a lot of different medications could be detrimental to the clinical relationship, and I think the patient will tolerate this very well. We'll see. I can already tell y'all they're going to say no because Express Scripts is notoriously bad at this stuff. But again, I'm doing this just so y'all can see the hoops that your physician has to jump through all the time. So we're at 6 minutes now, according to my, we're at 6 minutes for this video, but my staff had to go ahead and request prior authorization through this electronic thing. And that probably took 6 to 10 minutes of their time. And so I've already paid them for their work. Now I'm taking time out of my day to do the same thing. So yeah, just super expensive. So, and we wait, and we wait, and we wait.
Hello, thank you for calling. My name is Stacy. I'm a prior authorization representative. May I have the member's ID number, please?
Yes. And you said your name is Stacy?
Yep.
Okay. All righty. So give me just a second. So you said the member ID, the patient ID number?
Yep. Otherwise, I can just do name and date of birth.
So my first name is Brian, last name is Dixon, title is physician.
And medication and strength you are calling about?
Yeah, I'm calling for Vyvanse 20 milligrams.
Is that one a day?
That's correct.
Okay. Let's see. Oh, has to be an internal site. And I am from a vendor site. Give me just a second so I can get somebody internally on the line for you.
Okay.
This member requires that the authorizations are done internally, so I'll give you a second.
Internal, this is a new one. I haven't heard this before. And we wait. So we're at 9 minutes. So imagine doing this 10 times in a day, if not more. Because again, we're not even done with this.
All right, are you still there, Brian?
Yes.
All right, I've got someone on the line that can help, further help with this. Enjoy the rest of your day, both of you.
Thanks.
Thank you. Hi, Dr. Dixon. My name is Deborah.
Okay.
And we're speaking about.
That is correct.
Okay. And what medication were you calling on?
And the Vyvanse 20 milligrams.
Okay. And what is the quantity and day supply being requested?
Yeah, so the quantity is 30 capsules. Day supply is 1 capsule every morning.
Okay, so 30 for 30. Okay, I do see a case for that has been denied. It says coverage is provided in situations where the patient has tried generic, and then it names all the generic drugs.
Mm-hmm.
When I look at under the answers, when it asked that question, they said no, taken by Vance. Now you do have the right to an appeal.
Mm-hmm.
And I can get you right over to appeals now if you'd like.
That would be great.
Okay, let me get you over there. Hang on.
Thanks.
I'll be on the line for you waiting for them to answer, okay? So
okay.
Just bear with me.
Sounds good. We wait some more. And we wait, and we wait, and we wait. And the issue is, yeah, so I have clinic starting in just a little bit. And so, yeah. So I will never understand why there are so many hurdles. So what should have happened is as soon as I called and said, hey, we see you had a denial in the system. Let's get you over to appeals. How hard is that, right? But that doesn't happen. We have to go through all of this. Because remember, this is the number that they gave me. We're at 14 minutes. And again, this is just 14 minutes of me.
Dr. Dixon?
Yes.
Thank you so much for holding. I have Steve on the line in appeals, and he's going to assist you further. You both have a wonderful day.
Thank you.
Thanks. Bye-bye.
Thanks.
Dr. Dixon?
Yes.
Hello, my name's Steve with the Appeals Department. I do want to let you know this call is being monitored for quality and training purposes.
Sounds good.
May I have the name of the patient, please?
Yes. So the name
And finally, what is the name of the drug?
the name of the drug is Vyvanse 20 milligram, 1 capsule every morning. Dispense 30.
Thank you for providing that information. How can I help you today?
Yeah, so I'm not understanding why this medication is denied when I've seen the patient and I wrote it for the patient. And so I'm not exactly sure what the deal is.
Okay, let me take a look. So it appears that this was denied because certain alternatives were not tried and failed.
And there's a reason why I didn't try the alternatives for this particular patient. And so I would like to know what we need to do to get this overwritten.
Okay. So for that denial, what we would have to do, the next step would be to file an appeal request, in which you can also submit a letter of medical necessity. And we'll also be going through some coverage criteria questions with you over the phone today, so that they can review that information.
Okay. So is that what we're doing now, is the appeal?
Yes, I can assist you with that right now. I got some information from you. I'm just going to verify a little bit more. Can I have your primary phone number to the office?
Yeah, office number is
and the primary fax number.
Oh Lord, I always forget what our fax number is.
Thank you. Just one moment, please. Okay. So I'm going to be starting a standard appeal request on behalf of Vyvanse 20 milligram capsule today.
Okay.
Just to go over the time frame with you, I would like to let you know that a standard appeal request can take up to 7 calendar days. That includes the weekends. Once a decision is rendered, that information is faxed over to your office. and also mailed to the patient or patient guardian.
Okay.
Do you have a phone number to best reach the patient or the patient guardian?
I do not have that phone number on me.
Okay.
I'm thinking it should be part of y'all's file, right?
We don't have one on file as of yet.
Okay. Well, hold tight.
Thank you for that information. I'm going to pull up some coverage criteria questions to go over with you if you have a moment.
I mean, I actually don't have a moment because I have to go see patients, but if there's a question you need to ask me, I can do that.
Okay. But you did mention that the alternatives have not been tried. Only this drug has been requested?
Correct. Because there currently is no generic available for it. And with the way that the medication works and its tolerance, and with this particular patient's presentation, I think that it would work best for them.
Okay. And then the next question being, is the requested medication be used for the treatment of binge eating disorder?
No.
Okay. All right, so I'll go ahead and submit the standard appeal request. If you would like to submit any clinical information or any letter of medical necessity, I can also provide you a fax number to our department.
Yeah.
If you're ready.
Yeah. So I'll write that. Yeah. What's the fax number?
It's 877-852-4070. We also have the fax number to your office. If the reviewing party has any additional questions or any additional clarification that they may need, they'll go ahead and send that information to your office. Okay.
Okay. And who exactly is the reviewing party? So I know I'm submitting all this information. Who reviews these things?
So it goes to a team of clinical pharmacists that review the criteria and review the appeal request.
Okay. And so, because I'm a board certified child and adolescent psychiatrist, so is there a board certified child and adolescent psychiatrist that reviews this this particular appeal?
So that I don't have the answer to. I can certainly request an answer to that. I'll have to reach out to my superiors, but offhand, I don't have that information.
Yeah, because that would be helpful. So, and I can't remember if it was a federal law or state law, but there was a big transparency push with prior authorizations that if a claim is denied and a physician requests a peer-to-peer, that peer be of equal education, training, and licensure. And so, yes, I would love to do a peer-to-peer if that's at all possible.
Okay, yeah, I'll definitely submit that in the notes for review. But if you don't have any extra information that I can submit right now, then this part of the process I've already gone and completed, and we can submit it right now.
Okay, and then Steve, so and you're with the appeals department, or what department are you with?
Yes, I am with the Express Scripts appeals department.
Okay. And then Steve, do you have like a customer number or some kind of way that I can use to refer back to this conversation?
Yeah, so it's all going to be located under the same case ID. Case ID number is
okay. All righty. Well, we will see what they say. Thanks so much. Is there anything else that I need to do? Because yeah, I just spent 23 minutes and the patient still doesn't have their medication, and and they're waiting. So is there anything else I need to do before I let them know that we're waiting on y'all?
So at this part of the process now, we have all the information we need to start the appeal.
Okay, sounds great. Well, thank you so much. I look forward to hearing from y'all.
Thank you for calling. Have a great rest of the day.
You too. Bye-bye. Alrighty, y'all. So that was 24 minutes and 10 seconds. As you can see, nothing was concluded. Their goal is to get me to use a medication that is generic and that technically works different. So the medicine that I wrote for is lisdexamfetamine, which is slightly different than dextroamphetamine or amphetamine salts. And so that was what I was trying to explain to them is I did this very purposefully. I wanted to use this particular medicine very purposefully. And so now they go through the obfuscation that they do and make me jump through hurdles. What's going to happen next, because I've done this like a gabillion times, is they're going to take it back to their clinical pharmacist, of whom nobody knows because they won't actually list the names or licensure of those people. They're going to fax us back to say, nope, it's denied again. I will call them back again and request a peer-to-peer. Once we do the peer-to-peer, I'm going to talk to somebody who probably isn't a child and adolescent psychiatrist, but if I do, they're going to read the company line, which is essentially, you need to try other things. That psychiatrist will then say, well, they're roughly similar. I'm going to then reply with, no, I chose this particular medication for a particular purpose for this particular child. They'll say, but come on, you really know that they're very similar. At which point then I'm going to reply with, are you treating the patient or am I treating the patient? Do you know the family dynamics? Do you biochemistry? No. So I want to choose what I want to choose, at which case they're going to get very testy and they'll go, well, you're making this more difficult, at which case then I would then ask them for their name and licensure number and their state. Sometimes they will give it to me, sometimes they won't. Eventually they wear you down by saying 6 ways to Sunday no, and then we end the conversation, and that's another 20 minutes off of my life and the patient's life and everybody else's life. And so in conclusion, the prior authorization process is really dumb. It literally nothing happened, as you can tell on this video. And this happens, 20 to 50 times a day at busy practices. So imagine how much time that takes, how much staff frustration, how much patient frustration, how much pharmacist frustration. All because the health insurance company doesn't want to cover a particular medication. Yeah, real dumb. So that's why you should share this video with as many people as you can, make it go viral, because this shit is ridiculous. And so, thank you for joining me. If I have an update, then I will add those in time. Have a good day. Bye.